What is going on? It's your boy Lucas here with the Big Go Pack Go channel, and basically we're a Packers channel, but we do show a little love to the rest of the NFL. So, as promised in one of my past videos, I am going to give my thoughts on the rest of the NFL's draft class. I did do one specifically going into my deeper thoughts as far as what the Packers draft was. But for the rest of the NFL, I'm breaking it up into divisions because if not, it's going to be a really long video. So let's jump right on into the NFC East and starting with the Dallas Cowboys. Honestly, this could be, besides like maybe one or two players, this could be one of the better draft classes out there. Or they could really get chastised for the first two picks. Because Tyler Smith is a lot of people are high on him, a lot of people are not. And then Sam Williams, or D. Williams, if they want to write it down here, character concerns. So hello, Randy Gregory, or what is it? No, not Randy Gregory. See, I can't even remember dude's name no more because he was barely on the field. I think it was Randy Gregory, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly, either way though, dude couldn't say on the field because character concerns and the whole came true. I mean, and so hopefully for this guy it doesn't happen. But I mean, a lot of people thought the same thing about Michael Parsons, and he's a fantastic player, and he played all 17 games this season. So yeah, we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Really, I don't know too much about Tyler Smith. I don't know. I'm not an offensive lineman in any way, shape, or form. I never even looked at it like that. But as far as sack goes, I've seen a lot of things about an edge rusher, and Sam Williams has some. He has the potential to be boomer bust, really. But it's a second round pick, and he'll be just solid. Jalen Tolbert could be the steal of their draft. Not as a lie. Jake Ferguson could be the steal of their draft, really. But Jalen Tolbert could be right there along with him. If Jake Ferguson doesn't, pan out like that. Either way, it just keeps going good because Matt Waletzko is a good heir apparent to either tackle position. Deron Bland is a nice defensive back, but he was seeing like he got size. He's a 6 foot 197, but a lot of people really think that he should have been like a priority free agent, if anything, and they drafted him in the 5th round. But I mean, 4.46 is not bad at 6 foot, so long wingspan. So the dude's got the size and the speed that they like. They're betting on the traits. Damon Clark could actually be another stud linebacker for them if he actually plays out to his potential. John Ridgeway is holy because he did decent in LSU. A lot of people really liked him. He was really athletic. Yeah, that's what they talk about him. But injury flags did drop him, but yeah. John Ridgeway. I really wanted the Packers to take him for depth. I mean, they took Devontae Wyatt, so I'm not mad. But John Ridgeway could have lasted a little longer, so the Packers could pick him. Cool. Yeah, I would have loved it, honestly. Either way, though. And then Devin Harper, didn't hear too much about it, but he is an undersized guy. Basically 6 foot 234. He does. He's another athletic guy. Short, really. So probably a special teamer, if anything, with his athleticism. That's what they'll probably put him as. Athletic, special teams, really. But other than that, I mean, truthfully, the Cowboys, after the first 2 picks, if they depends on how they go, they could be seen as one of the better draft classes in this year's draft. It's a foul taste in my mouth just saying that. All right, the New York Giants. How do you say? Okay, they were a sandwich of fantastic, what in the world, and fantastic. Because, I mean, Kayvon Thibodeau at number 5. He fell right there into your laps, and so between Kayvon Thibodeau or all the offensive tackles that were available, who are you going to pick to let the Panthers pick? Or anybody else straight up? Right. So you take Kayvon Thibodeau. You already have you need another edge rusher. Guess what? Now you got Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau on each side. That's a nice duo. So then moving on, then you let the Panthers get their pick of the litter, and at offensive tackle you take the next best. So you get blessed with, who's the consensus scene best offensive tackle, and then there were the few I say it was like a few other folks that were just more in love with Icky, i.e. the Panthers, and I don't blame him. Mickey Ekwonu was just a nasty player, holy cow. But Evan Neal was amazing in his own right, and the fact that he fell right to their laps, I mean, that's 2 bookend tackles right there. Evan Neal and how do I forget his name? Do not tell me I forgot his name. The kid out of Georgia. Andrew Thomas. Yeah. Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal. I didn't even have to look it up. Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal. That's a great, and now the problem is, which side do you play them at? And I mean, that's a good problem to have. Shoot. Because they're both good at both sides. They can both play both sides. I think they were talking about Andrew Thomas playing guard better though, and Evan Neal could go out to the outside. And I think if they give Matt Pert a chance and Evan Neal out there, I think they'll be decent out enough. Honestly, they'll be better off than what they've been in the past few years. Either way though, and then come the question marks, right? Because, Wan'Dale Robinson, Josh Suzu, Cordell Flott. Okay, that's... I like Wan'Dale, but he's only 5... He's just basically a speedster with good hands. But, at 5'8", 178... okay, I'm not gonna lie. The dude did have, he has this toughness that, it's crazy how I saw tapes of him breaking tackles at that small of a man, just breaking tackles and taking it to the house. He's a nice slot receiver as far as that goes. But I don't get why they're so dissatisfied with the number with the first pick, the first round pick they took last season in Kadarius Toney. I mean, you're getting in Kadarius Toney, you have a bigger guy, literally a bigger guy, like he's 5'9", like closer to 200 than Wandale is, and I don't know. And Daniel Bellinger, I mean, the tight end, yeah, they need it, but if I'm not mistaken, you know, injuries, I think, were his problem. Or might be maybe thinking about a different player. I'm trying to remember what that player was now. Who the injury player was? Kate Otten. Yeah, he used to play there. He got injured. Not David Baker. I don't know why. I heard somebody talking about David Baker. It must have been talking about him right after Kate Otten, and that's why I got associated. Either way, Dame Bouton. Safety out of Iowa. Actually, I actually was hoping that Packers take him. He looked pretty nice on tape. Mike McFadden. People liked Malcolm Rodriguez better, and they took Mike McFadden instead. And I get it. I mean, to a degree. He is just a little bigger, so they did. I guess they liked the size is a little better. DJ Davidson, defensive tackle, more line help. They need that guard. These guards they took from North Carolina. I mean, I don't understand it to a degree, because like they were just not that great of an option. I think these guys are pure traits guys, but at the same time, like you saw them playing, and they weren't on a good team, that great of a team. If I remember correctly, that offensive line had some of the ugliest comments from scout reporters and analysts and everything. So I don't know. Maybe they saw something that we don't, and that's sometimes the beauty of the draft. That happens. But then they go right back. They go back and they kind of make up for a few of them messy picks with Darian Beavers, who's still on the board, impressively enough in the 6th round. So they go ahead and took him, and oh boy, that's an exciting player to have because he's a big man, 6'4", 237. Athletic, and I don't know if he's too much of a pass rusher, but he is a good run stopper. And I mean, they don't need pass rushers, they got KT for that. So man, either way, they do play off ball linebackers anyway. So like I said, it's 1-2 fantastic, and then what in the world were y'all thinking? And then when it gets back, Darian Beavers is like, all right, nice, good. I think that's probably their steal for sure. Funny enough, he is the last pick of their draft, but I think that's their steal. I mean, of course, KT, we know what he's going to do. We all know what he's going to do. In fact, I got him on number 5. That is a steal in itself. But, this draft was so talented that it's just, I think their last pick, Darian Beavers, will be this pick of the steal of their draft. Overall, so far, like I said, the Cowboys look like they're gonna have the uh, one of the best classes out of this division, and probably in the league. Um, Depending on how the first two picks go. The Giants hit it fantastically in the first two picks, and then now we just gotta see what they see in their picks in between until Darian Beavers, because we all know Darian Beavers can actually play. So, but last and not least, the Eagles. Now the Eagles made some moves. They traded up to grab Jordan Davis. They traded away their first round pick for AJ Brown. Then, with their second round pick, if I'm not mistaken, they took the Beef Jurgens. Cam Jurgens out of Nebraska. That man, they call him a beefy boy. Yeah, 6'3", 303. Big boy. Either way, they took a center, so probably the heir apparent to Jason Kelsey, who he's fantastic. And of course, yeah, they have Landon Dickerson, but he's a better guard than a center. Of course, some people like him better at center than guard, but now they have a center straight out, so now they're going to play them at guard, most likely. Either way, they have a young guard and a young center to rock with, and they're big. They may be interchangeable, and we'll see if they are. And if they are, and they play amazingly, then they will have played their cards right for 2 seasons in a row for as far as center guard prospects go. And then, I mean, I don't know how the league let this happen, all because of injury concerns and size concerns, but Nakobe Dean falling to the 3rd round. I mean, ridiculous. You know, like, yeah, I get it. He might have been injured, like he might be an injury concern, but at the same time, you know, there's been players with bigger injury concerns taken in the 1st round, as it is. So, you know, if he turns out to be a fantastic player, the Eagles will most likely be one of the tougher rivals for the Cowboys in this division as far as that goes. Because then they took Kyron Johnson, another linebacker, linebacker depth, which is what they need for sure. And then Grant Calcaterra, who this is another guy with an injury history. He did retire in 2019, came back in 2021, played okay, got himself drafted. I mean, but injury history. So we'll see if he stays healthy. If not, then I mean, he only was a 6th round pick, so it has been high on him. But their first 3 picks, and I guess the 4th pick, their 4 first picks, if you count the AJ Brown trade as a 1st rounder. Yeah, I say the Eagles made out pretty well with what they got this draft. So as far as efficiency, they might be the most efficient team from this draft. Last but not least, I did say last but not least the last time, didn't I? I don't know why. I should have said, I probably was meaning to say next, but last but not least, the Washington Commanders, who took Jahan Dotson in the 1st round. People thought Jahan could have been like at the end of the 1st round, but not in the smack dab in the middle, like at 16. Holy cow, took him high. Either way, then they turned around, take 2 Alabama players with their following picks, and Fedari Matthews and Brian Robinson out of Alabama, defensive tackle and running back. So they got their uh, their, I guess, thunder to their lightning. Now they already have Antonio Gibson, he's a nice back. So Brian Robinson would probably be that short yardage guy. Fernando Mathis, defensive tackle. They already have Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. I don't know. Is it Deron Payne or Deshaun Hand? I think it's Deron Payne. The one they got. I think Deshaun Hand is one that the Lions got. Either way, Fernando Mathis. Shoot, people thought he would have gone a little later than that. But it took him in the second round. It wasn't that far later, or that far early, but still, defensive tackle out of Alabama, so he's used to big games. Could be pretty dang good. Adding on to that nasty defensive line, for instance, they need to stop it. Stop it. And then honestly, we're not gonna talk about that first 5th round pick right there. We're gonna talk about Cole Turner, Chris Paul, and Christian Holmes, all developmental guys who could actually turn out to be something good if they actually do their homework right, or these players do their homework right. Either way. And then Percy Butler, safety out of Louisiana. They took him in the 4th round. He was meant to be a 5th round. Maybe he got earned himself the round with a fast 40, because he did run a 4.36. So shoot, dude can run. He's a great special teamer, and if he develops well, then he could be a great. Not a great safety, but he'll be a solid backup safety, or at least rotational 3rd, 4th safety in somewhere. Even he probably right here with the Commanders for a long time, honestly. Yeah, especially if he carves out that role in special teams, he would definitely be a rotational safety and special teams player. I honestly, wholeheartedly believe, though, that this draft for them will ride on if their 1st round pick, Jahan Dotson, and that 5th round, that first pick in the 5th round, Sam Howell, both develop into something good. Because if Sam Howell becomes their starting quarterback, he was seen as a 2nd rounder, maybe a potential 1st quarterback to sneak into the 1st round, just because we all know that sometimes quarterbacks can get overdrafted. But only one quarterback went in the 1st round this season, none in the 2nd round, and then Sam Howell would last it up until the 5th. I mean, if he works out and he develops a good relationship with Jahan Dotson, and he's already got De'Ami Brown there, and Terry McLaurin works with any quarterback, really. He makes any quarterback look good if he's just throwing the ball up to him. So honestly, if those work out, these guys will be seen as, it's these draft classes are fantastic, bar the Giants one. The Giants are really better hope that they didn't flop on those first 2 picks. They need to hope that they better be hoping that Darian Beavers outplays his 6th round status. But the rest of them, I mean, it was just they were throwing darts. I swear, they were just throwing darts, see if they could hit somewhere. But we'll see how that goes. Other than that, though, the Eagles calculated draft, the Cowboys calculated draft, and Commanders somewhat calculated draft. I mean, between the Eagles and the Cowboys, I think they really went for best available player and top talents sitting around. The Commanders were smart to gamble late on a quarterback that had first round potential for this season, especially considering that there was only probably like 5 quarterbacks that they thought might go in the first round. But no, this could be this could be a very tough division to play in and play against if these picks go well. But we'll see how that goes. Shoot, honestly, y'all comment below. Let me know what you feel about this division's draft or each specific team as far as that goes, and or let me know about your team, what you feel about your team's drafts. I want to hear it. I want to, I'd love to have a little bit of talk down there in the comment section if y'all really want to talk about stuff. But it is what it is. Either way, stay tuned for the next one. We'll probably do the NFC South, or it'll be the rest of the NFC teams first. But you can probably go back and watch my NFC North one. I just did the other 3 teams and kind of gave a one-liner for the Packers, but y'all go back and watch that. We'll see y'all in the next video. And as always, go Pack, go.